we do not have any more time. We no longer have a choice. We need to act for more sustainable mobility.
This is a fabulous summit. It's about clean mobility. It's about leaving a planet which is cleaner to our children.
So as you can see, Moving On is all about great collaboration and great partners. Behind Moving On, there's of course Michelin, our host today, but also many key partners that you can see here who are actively supporting Moving On ambition in achieving sustainable mobility.
The problem has been the incumbent fossil fuel sectors, which have been politically powerful, and in petro countries like the United States, Russia, Saudi Arabia, Australia, Canada, foot dragging. That's been the problem.
This idea of conserving what we have left feels insufficient. It feels that once you've lost half of something, you have to do more than protect what's left. You have to rebuild it and restore that lost abundance.
When I hear some of our competitors criticizing what we are doing, I believe today what is more important is we need to join forces. We need to find solutions that are good for the environment. And if we can do it all together, I think we will stand a better chance to help the planet and move forward.
This is how we can really change the world by reconciling ecology and economy.
Absolutely, and we are completely in sync there. We don't believe these are two opposite ideas. Actually, this is the future.
We're going to use the car, we're going to put edge computing in capability in our car, so it's really an opportunity.
Overall, there's a bit of a misunderstanding in some cases between battery electric trucks and fuel cells electric trucks. So I think if we want to have a decarbonized transport, we need to have actually a fair mix.
In São Paulo metropolitan area, we are 39 cities, and we don't have interoperability between public transport systems, between payment systems. If you want to use different buses to cross the metropolitan areas, you should have 3 different cards and pay 3 different fares.
I think there is something which is underlying, which is tarification of negative externalities. I think that is something unavoidable. We need to have a taxation system that will tarify the negative externality to their actual cost.
We need the states everywhere in the world to develop massively the production and the distribution of biofuels, using, of course, non-agricultural sources.
Thank you so much, Florent, for the opportunity. It's great to be partnered with you and the rest of the Moving On community. It's on a very important topic for all of us. Thank you very much.
Wow, what an incredible summit, Florent. That was fantastic.
Great, it was great. We had 4 days went like light.
Yeah, the images speak for themselves. There are lots happened during these 4 days.
Very, very intense discussions, very lively workshops and
yes.
Very fascinating discussions.
And of course, the big news of the summit was obviously the shared governance.
Yes, and it is great to, and I want to thank all the 9 CEOs that have joined me and in sharing the governance of Moving On. I think now it's time to expand the reach of Moving On, to go to spread in different locations so that different parts of the world get the same chance to work together on this sustainable mobility issue. And I was very happy to see that we had this year we had Singapore and Montreal at the same time, and hopefully next year I hope I will ask some CEOs if they would volunteer to entertain in other places of the world the Movin'On Summit next year.
And extended, yes, of course. You know, Florent, for me personally, one of the things that I appreciated at this summit this year is really the great conversation we've had. And sometimes the heated discussions that we had. Remember the panel we had?
Absolutely. And it was great. It was great. I think it is, it's not about consensus. These are difficult subjects. So it requires many different point of views, different angles to address the points. And it is fascinating. Just before this conclusion, in the panel, I've learned things that are going to be useful for Michelin in the future, and I will share that within Movin'On. So really, we don't want consensus at Movin'On. We just want all the issues put on the table, and a joint working and addressing them in the respect of everyone. But then we should. From the discussion comes a better solution.
Absolutely. And if Julie Sweet, Rodolphe Sade, and Jeffrey Sachs are watching, hello to you guys.
Yes, yes.
It was a great panel. So you said it, Florent, great content during 4 days. We had almost 20 panels, 15 working sessions, masterclasses, innovations, various announcements. That's quite exciting.
This is the spirit of Movin'On. It's all this collaborative work, and also the mix of different viewpoints on subjects. So the public sector with the academics, with the private sector, the richness comes from this confrontation. And also NGOs, cities, but small corporations, bigger corporations, all of that is part of this sustainable mobility ecosystem that we need to build and reinforce in order to achieve the sustainable mobility we want. So, and if we want a cleaner, safer, and more accessible mobility, we have no choice. And I think it's the only path. And moving on there, my only hope is that through this summit and also through the work during the year with the Movin'On Labs, let's not forget, this is probably even more important than the summit. We have a constant work on this, and through this collaborative work, we will come with solutions.
And of course, talents involving the younger generations. That, in the discussion, in the conversation, I think, Florent, is something that is very key for moving on, and yourself.
Of course, the young generation are the ones that are going to pay the price for the world we have built. So it is very important we ask them the way they view the issues and how they would react to a different type of solutions. So we did a survey through Movin'On with Kantar, interrogating many youth around the world about their view on the mobility of the future. What is very interesting is that they are very wise, and they say, don't force us on a scheme of mobility. We want to have the choice. We want to have the freedom to make our own choices. So they say, we don't want to have cars all the time, but we want to have access to cars if we want to have access to cars. We want to have access to planes. We don't want to restrict mobility because we cannot sustain mobility anymore. So, and they ask us to build solutions so that they can have the choice in the future.
Right, and speaking about the youth, I spoke about it in the opening, the Global Youth Challenge. If you remember, 21 young people from Asia, Europe, and North America for 24 hours in the spirit of a hackathon. They have taken turns to identify concrete ideas to engage their peers in sustainable mobility decisions. Before we speak about it, let's watch the video first. Younger generations are our future. If we want to better imagine the mobility of tomorrow, we need to understand and engage younger people today. That's why on March 24, 2021, Movin'On presented the results of its survey conducted with Kantar about the younger generation's vision on mobility. The study showed that Generation Z imagines mobility as multimodal and has a pragmatic approach. The world needs to move, by different means, but it also has to be sustainable.
For Movin'On, it was key to listen to young generation about their mobility expectation.
Following this study, Movin'On has found an exciting way to involve young people with its Global Youth Challenge. Taking place over 24 hours during the Movin'On Summit, this challenge brings together youth from North America, Europe, and Asia.
Hi. Hi. Hi, everyone. Hi, Global Youth Challenge.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello, everyone.
I live in the city of Quebec in the French-speaking part of Canada. I'm based in Singapore. I live in Gatineau, Quebec.
I'm from India.
I am from Jordan.
And I'm more than pleased to be partaking in the Movin'On Hackathon.
They collaborate with the aim of finding new solutions to overcome obstacles in our path to sustainable mobility. At the end of the hackathon, the jury will deliberate and select the idea that will be developed within the Movin'On ecosystem. This experience will hopefully generate new and practical solutions that make the future of younger generations brighter. And we're back on the set in Paris, and Charles, two co-founder and CEO, Agorise, and Guillaume Semen from BNP Paribas have joined us. Hello to both of you.
Hello. Hello, Asha.
There you go, Florent, the younger generation. It's great to have you here. So Charles, tell us probably about Agorise. So what do you guys do, and a word about the Global Youth Challenge?
Sure, and I have to say that I'm very pleased to be here with you today. Because at Agorise, we firmly believe in the power of collective intelligence to build a more sustainable world. And I'm definitely convinced that mobility is a key topic to that respect. So just a few words about who we are. We are a startup, or maybe a scale-up today of 100 people with offices in Europe, Asia, and North America. And for the last 10 years, we've been helping organizations in leveraging the power of open innovation, so exactly what happened during the Global Youth Challenge. We bring in collaborative software accessible to all employees and connected to a network of 5 million innovators worldwide, and especially young talents, students, IT crowds, startups that help organizations shape their future together in collaboration with their ecosystem, with all the talents from the ecosystem. And I have to say that we were really proud and happy when Movin'On contacted us for the Global Youth Challenge. Because we can definitely observe that our community has a lot of interest in sustainability issues. And so it was great for us to carry out the project, connect all the young people on the platform worldwide. And like it was said in the video, we managed to have, during 24 hours, it was quite intense for them, young people in Asia, in Europe, and in North America working hand in hand, addressing pain points on mobility issues, coming up with ideas, but even more than ideas, projects around the following topic: how can we involve young generation in the future of mobility? How can they have a say, a voice? Bringing ideas, but more than ideas, even projects that can be implemented. And Movin'On is a great platform for them, I think. I think they had a great experience. So kudos to all of them, the participants. Thanks also to the jury members. I hope you had a great time. And now I think from like everyone, we're looking forward to knowing who is the winning project.
Oh, that's great. Florent, that's a beautiful picture. This is exactly what you want to achieve with Movin'On.
Absolutely. A platform where everybody is welcome to work on sustainability of our mobility in the future.
Okay, so now let's get to business. So, Guillaume, you were a member of the jury. So tell me, what happened and how did the hackathon go? How did you select the finalists? Come on, tell us everything.
So first of all, it was an amazing experience, and thank you very much to Movin'On for making me participate to this, and congratulations to Agorise. You've been doing a great job. You brought a great structure and methodology, and the ideas that were proposed were just amazing. So it was a really tough choice for us in the jury, but in the end, we were very honored to be part of this jury because giving a voice to young people, it's very important. They will shape the mobility that they will have for the future. And that's why also we love collaboration, we love co-innovation, and this is key values for Movin'On. And this is exactly what the challenge brought, and this is also why BNP Paribas joined the Movin'On ecosystem in the beginning. It's because of this collaboration, this co-innovation, and we were really proud of all the ideas that we received.
Oh, that was great. So was there some kind of methodology to select them? It was difficult, I'm sure.
It was really difficult because all the ideas were amazing. So we had 3 ideas proposed to the jury. So together with Jonathan Derain from the Solar Impulse Foundation and Isabelle Rio-Lopez from Kantar, we studied all these ideas that were submitted in only 24 hours. So we have to note that. And the choice was quite tough, and we decided to choose over a few criteria that were around the positive impact on society, first, the involvement of youth in the future and in the shaping of sustainable mobility, and the third criteria was really about a disruptive vision. So this is how we managed to find a winner, and maybe to end the suspense, I can announce the one that won. So it's the creation of a label for cities and regions that promote sustainable mobility. And the idea is also to involve young people in the policy-making process. So this is the project that we chose.
That's brilliant. So it's great. This is the whole point, right? And to start the conversation with the younger generations, Florent, this is something that you would like to dig in further, I'm sure.
It is great. So yes, so thank you for this work, and thank you to all the participants. I'm glad with the idea. So what we can commit is that Movin'On ecosystem will be at the service of this idea, and we will look at how to make it workable in the future and to have it in place. So I cannot commit on whether we will succeed, but I can commit we will study it and put all our Movin'On ecosystem at this service.
Right. So you want to add something?
Yes, and I think, Florent, you will be very happy to know that in this idea, so they are proposing a tool which is a collaborative platform on which the young people could submit ideas and objectives, and they can all vote to promote these ideas and to shape the mobility of the future and build the action plan together. And also, they want to involve young people with the public sector, with institutions, to try to work and find the best solution. And maybe the last part that was proposed in the solution, which is really important, is that they want to create a virtuous circle, and they want to do that by creating a challenge between all the cities and regions. So they will tackle a mobility challenge locally, and then they will take it global and have a positive impact on society. And this is why it's really in line with the Movin'On ecosystem, and this is also why we chose this project.
Okay, so that's brilliant. That's fantastic. So looking forward to follow what happens next. And this is, I'm not sure, I'm just checking with the crew behind if we have Sana with us, maybe, or not. Just checking. Was one of the participants on the hackathon, just checking if she's connected. Yes, is that correct? Okay, I think we have a video of Sana, one of the participants from the hackathon. So let's go for that.
Hello everyone, my name is Sana Khassaune. I'm 27 years old from Jordan. I am an architect and a road safety consultant and a regional leader at the Global Youth Coalition for Road Safety. I had the pleasure to lead Paris team during the Global Youth Challenge Hackathon for Sustainable Mobility. It was such a great experience because we had to work with different teams from people from all over the world to tackle youth challenges in sustainable mobility and to positively impact the mobility situation in the world. I liked how everyone brought a different perspective to the issue, like the safety, the environment, urban planning, engineering. We also tried to include technology and entrepreneurship as well. I would like to thank the Movin'On Connect and Agorize for organizing this great challenge, and I hope to participate in future innovative challenges. Thank you so much.
That's great to hear. This is exactly what you were saying.
Exactly, and they worked really hard, and we could feel it in all the ideas they submitted. Other ideas were around education, other were about empowering young people to create new solutions. So everything was great, and it was a really tough choice.
All right, I think, guys, you can keep up the good work. That's brilliant. Well done to both of you. Thank you, and it's great to hear that, Florent.
It is great, and I can commit to you that the young generation are already invited to Movin'On, and let's discuss together whether we can invite more at Movin'On.
Looking forward for the next one. So thank you for sharing the results for this youth challenge. It's now time to conclude this extraordinary summit, Florent.
Yeah,
you know, 4 days went by. We didn't see the time actually go. So we've spent a lot of time together. Thank you, Charles. Thank you, Guillaume. Florent.
Thank you very much.
Let me invite you in motion,
yes,
of course, to conclude the summit, you know, where we started. This is where it started.
Yeah, exactly. I remember pushing the button. It looked like
I don't have my suitcase anymore, but yes, absolutely. So we started here. Moving On was really a great experience for me, and it was very educational. So many changes, challenges, but also lots of disruptions.
Yeah, it's over these past 4 days, it was really fascinating to see all this collective intelligence at play, and we went through all the transformation the world is encountering, and we have many right now, but we have to look at it in a positive manner. That's when transformation arises, that you get the possibility to discover, to innovate, to differentiate, and to create something new. And I strongly believe right now we are leaving the industrial era to something else. And we're living this time, this moment together right now. So it is for everyone, individuals, corporations, public, private, semi-public, semi-private, all of them. It's the right time to be in, and I think we have a great opportunity, and that's what Movin'On has demonstrated.
And one of the things that I've heard, and I can say that every single day at the summit here, is collaboration, working together. I think this is the path forward. Completely.
There is no other way in a complex world. We have around the table everybody, and all the goodwill around to help sort some of our issues and go through this transition phase we are in right now.
So, Florent, Movin'On used to be you in Michelin. Now you have 10 captains on the vessel. So what are the next steps?
Yeah, and actually that was the issue I was saying, not me, but it was just saying that Movin'On, it's not Michelin. We inspired and developed it, but this is a collective undertaking, and so it was time to share the governance, so that now I can promise we are going to, all of us, work around in a collegial manner around developing Movin'On further and enhance it and make sure that it has an impact and it becomes the worldwide Sustainable Mobility Summit.
Right. So, Florent, I'd like to personally seize the opportunity to thank you. It was a great experience for me, and to thank all the Movin'On teams who are behind this event here in Paris, Singapore, Montreal, for such a brilliant event. It was the first event for me, great experience, I must say. Really special edition, 2021 edition of the Movin'On Summit, digital, so it was a little bit, different from the others. So I will leave you now the floor to close our summit.
Yes, so thank you, Asha, and let me extend the thank, because you've been there all the time. It was great to have you entertaining us and moderating us always with this nice smile, and this gives us a positive attitude, which helps making sure that everybody feels comfortable. So thank you very much for your animation. It was great, and thank you to all the staff, all the partners, everyone that has been involved. You did really a fantastic job. All of you, the technicians, and I know also in Singapore and in Montreal it was probably the same. So thank you for all the participants that make it possible. Thank you. And really, if we had to conclude very simply and concretely, we need to act right now. It's possible, it's feasible, it's positive. Let's do it. Let's make it. Let's reconvene in 1 year time. And in the meantime, let's work together in the Movin'On ecosystem, which I really think is the best way to develop our future world. So thank you all of you, and let's meet in 1 year time.